chosen ones, empaths, and all the genuine souls. Many of you leave comments saying that someone's done witchcraft on you or something like this. Could be a family member, could be a romantic relationship, friend, or you've experienced it from all angles, people doing witchcraft on you. I want you to understand that it actually has no power. Okay? It doesn't have any power at all. What it works on is fear. They play on fear to get you to believe, and this is how they duped, going back centuries. They've duped people into believe that they're cursed or they have these things, right? And what's the right word I can use to describe it? It's a superstition, right? And it's a superstitious belief, believing that these lot have power over you, and that's what they work on, is superstition. Now, even the practice, I'm not that well versed in it, but it's not always it's like superstitious as well in the way that they practice it, but it's not always like what you hear that happens in even in America and England and stuff like that, right? They might hang something in a tree and they throw something in the sea, and it's not always those types of witchcraft practices that have been around for centuries. It's also things that are coming down to, like, envy, right? Them envying you, them being jealous of you, and what this is, I believe, is something that's really the free will part of what I like to discuss. Is people fall into this kind of negative behavior, right? Jealousy, envy, things like that, of people wishing bad on people, wishing, and that is a form of witchcraft as well, right? But it doesn't have no power, and it's even proven in science, right? The person that envies someone, or the person that is jealous of someone, right? It actually hurts the person who is the envier or the jealous person, rather than the person who being envied, or the one that they're jealous of, okay, or the one they want revenge of. Like, it will hurt the person who's engaging in this type, the person who's carrying out this type of low vibrational ways of being, right? Even if they're not consciously aware that it is kind of a witchcraft, right? It actually affects them more, eats them up, right? It really eats them up. So what you got to understand is, these individuals that engage in this type of behavior, right, this low vibrational practice, they're always on the lookout for signs of their spells working or whatever. And like, when you break it down to what it really is, right? If people are engaging in witchcraft with no knowledge of God or the universe or anything like that, then obviously it's not as, they don't know no better, right? So someone who's brought up in a country or a place that has no knowledge that they're engaging in this practice and it's bad, and they've just grown up with it since a child, perhaps in a family unit or something like that, it's going to be different. But a lot of these people that engage in it nowadays with social media and all this stuff, it just shows that they're evil people. It really shows that they're evil, right? This is the free will part. They're choosing to side with that, and they're submitting to an entity lower than themselves, right? Whether you believe in God or you don't. And that's the whole ideology of believing in an unseen God, right? Or a creator, or being in touch spiritually with the universe, or stuff like this, or a higher self, or whatever your belief system is. Having these, pure belief systems is something very therapeutic for the soul and the human to engage in. And the people that engage in this witchcraft, it affects them, it hurts them more, it hurts themselves, right? I've spoken to people in session that have that engage in it, and they say that it's based on moon cycles and things like this. So they're constantly waiting for dates and days and moon cycles and all this stuff, right? So it's a very superstitious belief, and is fundamentally down to these people envying you, wanting revenge, jealous, and they become literally obsessed, engaging in these spells and this witchcraft, right? And it's not something like, you know, it has no power. It doesn't do anything. It doesn't do anything. I'm telling you, some of you are going to be like, no, Zion, this has happened to me, or I felt this, or I felt that. But really, you know, it doesn't have power. They work on fear. They make you start associating things that happen into your life. So I don't know, you lose some money, or you lose a job, or something unfortunate happens to you, and you're thinking, oh God, I'm cursed. Like, don't believe in that kind of superstitious belief, believing that someone has the power, another human, right? You connect with your maker, you ask for protection, or you ask to remove the envier, or you're asked to like, it has power, right? That's you connecting with source. This stuff is lower vibrational. It doesn't have a power to affect you. All right. And many people that I've spoken to in sessions and stuff like this have been very fearful of this happening to them. Right. They've been very fearful, and it's not their fault. They believe in it. Right. But I'm bringing this video to your attention, so you lose the fear of it. Okay. Anyone that's engaging in this type of stuff, right? You know, they're a lower life form than you. It's crystal clear. It's apparent. Anyone that's engaging in it, and a lot of these people engage in it in secret, right? They don't proclaim that they're doing it because they're really embarrassed of what they're doing. You know, they become obsessed with an individual. They become obsessed with you, and they just can't let it go, right? So they start casting spells and researching spells and getting spell books and going to, you know, there was someone commenting on the channel, you know, one of these witchcraft people was commenting on the channel. It was like they were using bots or something to and because the post had like 100 and something likes, like the comment had so many likes, and it only just come up there. And yeah, it was, they were saying, oh, go to this not shaman, this witch person, and they were saying this is what you should do, and they were trying to promote their own stuff, right? So it's a money making scheme as well. And I know people, there's been, not wealthy people, but there's been people that I've known since I was a child, that engage in these things, and they go to someone and give them money, right? This is when I was as a child. I remember someone telling me that they do this, or their family does this, and I remember thinking, I didn't have a belief in God. I remember thinking, this is messed up. This person's taking them for a ride. They're taking their money, right? And this is what they play on, right? You have the power. You are the power. If you believe in God, you have God within, right? It's not even if you believe God's within you anyway. But I'm trying to say, you know, that is the power, right? You don't need to go to another person to make you be more spiritually attuned or anything like that. All right, so don't fear this stuff, please, everyone. Don't fear this stuff. You know, they're watching, they're seeing you elevate, and they're confused why their spells aren't working. It makes them feel powerless. It hurts them. There's things that you're doing with your life that it hurts them because you're elevating and growing. You know, and these people become obsessed. You know, these people become obsessed. So watch out for it. You know, watch out for it. They're just obsessed, and they're jealous. They're envious. They're vengeful. And they cast spells to, you know, make themselves feel in control. And really, they realize that they realize that it can't affect you, right? You as a chosen one, empath and genuine soul, vibrating at a very authentic level, you know, these things can't affect you, right? It won't affect you. So anyway, thanks for listening today. I really appreciate the support. Please book a session if you'd like to. You can donate or support to the channel if you want to. Check out the spiritual channel. All links you need are in the description box below. And I'll be back with another video soon. Peace.